Sometimes when your Mac feels slower, it is not just struggling. It is following system policies. And if you don't understand those system policies, you will assume something is wrong. That's where majority of users misread their Macs. So in today's video, I will explain you why your Mac behaves like that. First, let me tell you some common scenarios when your Mac may act differently. You install an update. You open your Mac after a few days. You plug in a data drive, or you download large files. Suddenly, it feels warm. You open Activity Monitor, and you find RAM usage high. Sometimes even fan wakes up. Maybe apps take a second longer to respond as well. And this is that moment when your brain starts telling you something is going on, something is not right. But here is the shift. macOS does not act randomly. It follows built-in system policies designed to keep the system stable even if it is sitting idle. Now let's understand what it is actually doing. Behind the scenes, your Mac is constantly managing background processes. Not randomly, systematically. After updates or major changes, macOS may reindex files to keep search fast and accurate. When you reconnect to the internet after some time, it may sync the cloud changes. New photos and videos may be analyzed in the background. System services may refresh components or rebuild system data after updates. macOS may also compress inactive memory to make room for active tasks. Performance and power behavior may shift depending on whether you are on battery or plugged in. It does not announce these things, it just runs them all in the background. And while those processes are running, you may feel a slight change in your Mac's behavior. But that temporary feeling does not mean it's a system failure. It is just a part of the process. Bottom line, your Mac is not malfunctioning. It is just executing system processes. macOS is designed around stability, not instant burst of speed. After major changes, it may temporarily allocate resources to background tasks. While that processing completes, your system may feel slightly warmer or momentarily less responsive. I must again tell you, that does not mean something is broken inside your Mac. It often means the background work is still finishing. Which means sometimes what feels like slow is simply your Mac completing system task you can't see. Now this is crucial. What I explained to you just a moment ago does not mean everything is normal all the time. There are moments when this is not temporary background processing. It is sustained load. While you're suspicious of your Mac's performance, in Activity Monitor, if CPU usage remains high, for example, above 60, 70, or 80% for several minutes under light workload, like few common apps that you use almost every day, checking mails or browsing internet, checking your social media accounts, something like that. If memory pressure stays consistently in yellow or red zone during all these basic activities, if fan runs constantly even when you are barely doing anything, or if that system lag starts extending to minutes, not just seconds, that is different. that deserves attention. Again, if memory pressure stays high, fan runs constantly, and that lag, it starts extending to minutes, that's different. This is where it is needing absolute attention. However, if it is just for short term, that is system processing. That is not a problem. So there's a difference. I hope you got that. If your Mac has consistent problems, then you need to first of all figure out what is the actual cause. There are dedicated videos we have done pointing specific issues that can cause the heat, the battery problems, or the performance issues. You can go ahead and check them all out, part of our MacBook performance playlist. I will attach a couple of videos in the description too, which are very much relevant to this situation. So next time, when your Mac feels different, don't immediately ask what is wrong. Just analyze what it is doing, what is going on. Try to understand your Mac better, because once you understand, your macOS may act differently during that temporary background processing, syncing, and other activities. Then you will not really chase the problems. You will simply relax and let your Mac finish its job in the background. While you're owning a Mac, it is important for you to understand how your Mac may behave in different situations. Once you learn that behavior pattern, those signals, it becomes easier for you to understand what your device is actually doing instead of kind of panicking in absolutely not necessary kind of situations. You should go ahead and watch this video, how to tell when your Mac actually needs attention when it does not. Go ahead and watch that. And before you click on it, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe. Crazy Editors for future tech tips, tricks, and solutions. Until next time, you take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next one.